Are you concerned about your expenses and attempting to determine the best course of action to fix your money issues? As they progress through their schooling, many people start to question whether they missed something. We should understand the fundamentals of sound money management as adults. However, it appears that either the course was never offered or a large number of students failed it. The good news is that you can resolve your financial issues without earning a degree from an Ivy League institution. In this video, we will have a look at the top 10 realistic steps to fix your money issues. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 1. Become mindful of your spending. Consider what you discovered about your spending habits simply by utilizing cash. Was it simpler or more difficult to pay with cash instead of a credit card? Did you buy everything you wanted to or only what you required because you had enough money? How much money did you ultimately have left over? According to some studies, using cards as opposed to cash can result in customers spending up to 15% more on each purchase. Be mindful of your spending, because increased spending on every purchase adds up over time if you want debt relief that lasts a lifetime. Number 2. Create a spending plan or budget. Making a monthly budget for your expenses is one of the best things you can do for your finances. But it's also the most usually neglected solution for most people's financial problems, since it provides you with a framework for choosing how you want to spend your money. A spending plan, which is another word for a budget, greatly simplifies your life. Ironically, you'll probably never learn about it in a seminar at Harvard or Cambridge. Not to pick on these schools specifically, but the majority of colleges don't teach their students how to create budgets. To make up for this lack of training, your third project should be to draft a budget outline. If you've never created a household budget that works, here is a personal budget spreadsheet to help you start it. Alternatively, you may use this interactive budgeting tool, which will guide you through the entire process. Make a budget based on the information you gathered when you tracked your spending. If there is an expense in your budget, start by reducing it by 50%. This will show that you have the endurance to see things through. If you can incorporate budgeting into your daily life, you will have successfully completed this assignment. Number 3. Think about freelancing. Do you have any idea how many Americans are self-employed? As the gig economy continues to thrive, you might want to take advantage of the chance to join the growing freelance community. Getting a part-time job is an excellent way to start saving money. The nicest part of freelancing is that digital businesses need almost every type of employee you can imagine. The largest gig networks, like Upwork or Freelance, post thousands of job announcements every day. Even for the most basic jobs like typing and internet research. Try it out. You might find the part-time position that best suits your qualifications. Number 4. Find out where your money goes. What happens to everything? Every payday, money is sent into our bank account, but it never seems to stay for long enough. Even the most seasoned financial expert believes that keeping track of where your money is going to be a critical component of excellent money management. You need to keep a spending diary for at least 2 weeks as your second task. Record your expenditures in a small notepad, a piece of software or an app, or in our expense tracker. You might find that tracking your spending at specific stores is easier than keeping track of the money you spend on particular expenses, such coffee or drinks purchased at a restaurant. You must have kept track of your spending for at least 2 weeks in order to pass either scenario. Just remember to record your actual expenditures rather than the amounts you feel you should be spending. Number 5. Find a replacement for one large expense in your monthly budget. If you substitute something else for it, it is easier to reduce an expense or change a habit. If you want to break the habit, think about how you will replace the expensive coffee you purchase on the way to work. You may buy some coffee you enjoy drinking and can make it home as well as a brand new travel cup for yourself. Then change your routine so you won't be tempted to stop for coffee anyway, for as by taking a different route to work. Find one expense that is truly eating up your budget and come up with alternatives as your fourth assignment. Cutting back on your coffee intake is but one illustration. Entertainment costs, or quitting smoking. You will know that you have finished this job when all of your bills are current and there is some spare cash in your bank account. Number 6. Live on cash for 2 weeks. When was the last time you made all of your purchases with cash? Many people lose the capacity to discriminate between what they can afford to pay for and what they can afford to buy as a result of utilizing debit and credit cards. It is extremely clear if you have the money to buy something or not. Put all of your cards away for at least 2 weeks before doing anything else. Cash should only be used to make purchases that are absolutely necessary. If you were successful after 2 weeks, give yourself a passing grade. Number 7. Identify expenses you can reduce. Select the budgeting areas that will require more attention in the coming month. Look for strategies to make your utility expenses less expensive. Reduce the heat, switch off the lights, and wash your clothes in cold water rather than hot water when you're not home. Consider if you actually need a home phone and a cell phone if you have both. It could be challenging to alter routines. Any goods or services that you are still paying for but no longer require should be noted. Even when their needs have changed, many customers just let their bundled services continue on a month-to-month basis. This might be because they are too busy to thoroughly review their bills. But taking the time to do so and getting in touch with the service providers to switch service plans or cease receiving services altogether can help you locate a lot of hidden money. Your 5th step, if you haven't guessed it yet, is to determine the expenses you can cut before creating a strategy to put your adjustments into effect. Here is a selection of some of our most well-liked financial advice in case you are unsure of where to start. When you notice a slight decrease in your bills, this project will be complete. Number 8. Keep improving your level of financial literacy. The drive to study more is one of the best qualities a top university can foster in its students. It's always beneficial to learn from your mistakes, especially when you're learning better debt and money management techniques. It's always a good idea to increase our financial knowledge, but keep in mind that it's the trip, not the destination, that counts. The 7th action item is to continue learning. Accept any extra duties or obligations from the Common Sense School. Your budget will stay on track, you'll stay out of debt, and you'll be able to successfully plan for the future with the aid of life skills that further consolidate your new money habits. And we should honor this graduate. Number 9. Create a plan to pay off your debt. I mean, everyone has some, so what's the big deal? Yes, it is possible. If your debt has risen gradually over time, you need long-term remedies rather than temporary ones that you can't maintain. As interest rates eventually begin to rise, your income will probably start to decline over time, possibly after you retire. If you have relied on credit to get by, one of these events will force you to make some difficult decisions. You have more options when you deal with your debt sooner rather than later. Despite this, a lot of people put off seeking debt relief out of embarrassment or because they are unsure of where to start. Here is some of our finest advice on managing your debt. Complete assignment 6 by creating a strategy to pay off your debts while maintaining a respectable quality of living using the advice in this section. Only a practical plan that incorporates the knowledge you obtained from the previous 5 projects will allow you to pass this assignment. Number 10. Get help with your debts and your budget. Do not be hesitant to ask for assistance if you need it with managing your finances and bills. Although it's optional, finishing your final assignment will get you extra credit for a second opinion on your spending strategy and debt repayment strategy. Seek professional, unbiased guidance from a reputable nonprofit credit counseling organization. If you finish the assignment knowing more about how to realistically implement your budget and manage your debts, you've done well. It takes time to implement any worthwhile solution. Paying off your debt will probably take as long as receiving an Ivy League education because it didn't accumulate overnight. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.